康金龙，你法性已通，出来帮为师试试他的成色。哼，看看这招是否够格做我的弟子。
In Black Myth Wukong, who exactly is Kang-Jin, and why does she show up as a disciple of Yellow Brow? Well, her story actually traces all the way back to the Shang Dynasty and the legendary Fengshen War. Back then, the Shang king, King Zhou, was a brutal tyrant, and King Wu of Zhou rose up to save the people. Well, the conflict among humans shocked even the heavens. The Chen sect, led by Yuan Shi Tianzun and Taishang Laojun, and the Jie sect, led by Tong Tian Jiaozhu, got involved and began fighting each other, kicking off the Fengshen War. Well, Kang-Jin, who was originally known as Li Daotong, was a disciple of Tong Tian Jiaozhu. Well, like many of Tong Tian Jiaozhu's students, she started out as a demon, specifically a dragon demon born in ancient chaos, where she could fly, run quickly, and had a sharp horn on her head. Well, however, her powers were fairly weak, so she was often looked down upon by her kind. Well, Tong Tian Jiaozhu took pity on her and accepted her as his disciple. After training under him, her powers grew significantly, and she became deeply loyal to him, pledging to follow him for life, to his master. Well, during the Fengshen War, Tong Tian and the Chen sect faced off and set off the Immortals Array. Li Daotong was sent to defend the array, but in the end, Yuan Shi Tianzun and the Taishang Laojun led their disciples to break through it, wiping out all the Jie sect disciples guarding it. Li Daotong died in the battle. Well, after the war, Jiang Ziya performed the ritual of enriching fallen heroes, giving dying titles to the strongest 28 Jie sect disciples who fell in the array. Li Daotong was honored as Kang-Jin. Here comes Kang-Jin, right? On the Azure Dragon 7 Mansions of the East, thus becoming a deity. By the time of the journey to the west, Kang-Jin plays a key role when Wukong and his companions were trapped in the Little Western Paradise. Well, Wukong was caught in the Yellow Brow's golden cycle and couldn't escape. Well, Zhu Bajie summoned the 28 mansions for help, but none could open the Buddha's golden symbol. Well, finally, Kang-Jin used her razor-sharp horn to pry it open, freeing Wukong. Well, this is why in the game, the Destined One eventually controls Kang-Jin to break open the golden cycle and save Zhu Bajie, because her horn is the only thing sharpened enough to open the cycle. Well, the incident is likely what made Yellow Brow hold a grudge against her. So in Black Myth, when Kang-Jin comes to investigate, Yellow Brow traps her in his post-heavenly bag and corrupts her using Wukong's remaining essence, well, turning her back into a demon. Well, this adds a complex twist to her story, making the journey one of the struggle and redemption. An interesting side note, in traditional mythology, Kang-Jin doesn't have a fixed gender. In Black Myth, she was portrayed as a female, possibly because folk statues usually depict Kang-Jin as a woman after becoming a deity. However, before she became a deity, as a dragon demon, Li Daotong, while Tong Tian Jiaozhu's disciple, she was generally picked as a male. In Chinese mythology, it's actually not so uncommon for deities to switch genders.